Hi guys, this is Terrence from The Goods, and I know I haven't done this video in a while, but with the internet going crazy over the recent release of Rise of Skywalker, I felt it was time that I rise once again to complain about things in this video.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means.
Okay, so all bad jokes aside, I wanted to talk about a couple things missed that no one else has discussed in all the internet trolling videos that I've seen so far. So, with that being said, here's some things I noticed. Now, with the movie being out for some time, and I assume that you're watching this video because you've already seen it, but just in case, here's your spoiler warning. So the first thing I noticed, which was the biggest thing for me, and that's why doesn't Palpatine just have Kylo strike him down? Literally, the beginning of this film is about Kylo hunting him down to kill him. If he needs a Sith to strike him down so he can transfer over to him, he has everything he wants in Kylo. I mean, he came exactly there to do that. And I know you're gonna say he wanted Rey because she was as strong as him, because she was a Palpatine. I counter that by saying that if that was the case, then he should have just done this with his son, instead of having him killed by some unnamed person and then try to find the granddaughter and wait for her to grow up and get all these skills and extra powers and whatnot. When he has Kylo there, who he's already been manipulating, why not just go ahead and continue down that path that he's led him to and have him strike him down so that way he can take over his body? Literally, he's just as strong as Rey, and he's a Skywalker. Why wouldn't you want a Skywalker? He already tried that with Anakin. Let's just redo the same thing with Kylo himself. So the next thing I noticed was, if he needs to be struck down by someone, why doesn't Rey reflecting his Sith Force lightning back at him and destroying him not count? I mean, in essence, she's striking him down from a certain point of view, as Obi-Wan likes to say.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
I mean, Luke never got to strike down Palpatine before in the older films because Vader blocked it and then fought him, so we never got to see how that played out. But with her actually destroying Palpatine with two lightsabers, which is another thing we need to talk about, but that's for another video, and it ultimately destroys him, why is his Sith essence not transferred over to him at that point? It didn't quite make sense, and maybe this was something that was covered in some of the footage that they took out, or some dialogue that they took out that's reportedly done, but it seems to be the same thing that he wanted to be accomplished. He wanted to be destroyed by someone so he could transfer over to their body. So for the movie to end that way, didn't quite make sense to me. Okay, so lastly, admittedly, this is probably the biggest stretch of all my theories in this video, but one of the ones we kind of have to go through so you can understand where I can see this from. But I wanted to know, did we see incest in Star Wars again with the Kylo Rey kiss? Okay, so hear me out. If Palpatine manipulated Anakin's midichlorians and there was no father according to Shmi, then that kind of makes him Anakin's father. You know, kind of like Jesus is God's son. Palpatine would then be Kylo's grandfather, which would make Rey his second cousin, right? Okay, so if you think about the whole Force family tree and look at it from both sides of the family, Palpatine is not only like the Sith granddaddy, but he's also kind of like the Sith great-granddaddy. I mean, Anakin/Vader and his Sith love child with unknown Sith groupie are kind of like Sith bros. And then if you think about it, that his children, Luke and Leia, are kind of the niece and nephew of Palpatine Jr., which would make Palpatine Jr.'s daughter with nobody woman, as Kylo likes to say her parents were, Rey would be their child, which would make her basically the second aunt of Ben Solo/Kylo in this whole family tree, which not like directly related, but still kind of weird overall. But that's just my theory. You guys put in the comments below what you guys feel about that whole scenario. Okay guys, so that's all I got. Make sure you put all your angry messages in the comments below, and if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do here. Now, I want to thank you guys a lot, and may the Force be with you.